always, sorry, I don't know why she says that now. Before she never said that, but now she's saying it. So without further ado, as always, we're gonna have somebody bring us out on the field. My choice for the person that's bringing us out on the field today is you, Joaquin. So Joaquin, congratulations. First off, he got an offer accepted yesterday. So let's give Joaquin a giant round of applause. Jeff was able to get that on camera, which was super dope. So without further ado, Joaquin, take us out on the field.
So I partnered with Angelic on that deal. So 50-50 on that one. Very excited. She's awesome. All I can say is today we have to be here ready to learn. I come here to take the L's. You could take it as losses or take them as L's, learning lessons. So that's what we're going to do today. Be confident with it. It's better to make a mistake and stumble in front of our peers during practice instead of when we go live with the real agents. So that's what today's going to be about.
Man, I love that. I love that because yeah, right. Do it now. So when you're live with the potential $30,000 paycheck, you're not fumbling over your words and that you're like, you know what, I've done this in practice. I know what to say. I know where to go. I know, and I have an idea of how to structure my words and overcome objections. So really, really good stuff. For the people that have never been to group coaching before, we have some guests in the room today. Thank you for being here. Jackie Boy, what are some things that people can expect if they're new to this environment?
For this, I even still take away a lot from this environment. I learned probably like 3 things every time I come to these meetings. It's a super great way to just get your day started and just something you haven't learned before. So there's a lot of great takeaways on here.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. You guys, I wanted to say something really quick. First off, if you guys haven't seen Jason's new video that dropped today, quintessential of cool. Like, I just thought that it was one of the coolest videos that we've done in a while. It was different. We're going to start doing some, there he goes. If you heard that, he just dumped out all of his trains. Anyways, check out Jason's new video. But I wanted to start out with this. And I was thinking about this really hard. Motivation is fleeting. And I want to tell you that because I was on an interview with an agent yesterday who says, I know there's a lot of hype with Fast Real Estate and Team Fast. And there is. If you come to one of our meetings, there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of energy, there's a vibe, there's a culture, right? That's all good and well. But motivation is fleeting. Because if you just have motivation and you go to a seminar or you go to a session like, ooh, that was fire, I love it. You take all your notes, you go home and you don't do shit about it. You don't implement your systems. You don't follow the process. You don't do something new. You don't improve your business by 1% like we spoke about on Wednesday. Then none of that matters, right? Motivation starts you out, but systems will help you to reach those goals and help you stay committed to everything that you want to achieve in this business. So I think step 1 is the motivation, but if you don't have the actions to follow that up, none of that matters. You could be the hypest person in the room with no systems and no processes and end up being the brokest person in the room, right? So I want you to think about that. I feel like you guys are motivated. You come to these meetings, but at the end of the day, we also want to teach you the processes, the structure, the systems that are going to allow you to take that motivation and really take it and run with it. So remember that, you guys. Motivation is fleeting. It's systems and processes that are going to help you reach your commitments. So you guys, let's get right into this. We're going to go around the room today and we're going to talk a little bit about seller objections. How many of you feel like no matter what a seller hits you with, you guys can come back with some really fire responses and overcome almost any objection a seller hits you with? Please raise your hand or give me a reaction below if you feel 100% confident in that. Good. That's why we're here, right? I believe in the collective wisdom, right? I believe in hearing from everybody. I heard something Jason said the other day on his video. He's like, I'm able to pick things from different agents on the team and put it together to fit my own style. And that's why we do these sessions. So you guys, today we're going to talk about seller objections because you should be getting these types of objections. You are going to get these objections if you're working leads because what's going to happen is they might need to sell a home in order to buy. So you guys are going to encounter this. And being totally vulnerable, how many people are a little fearful right now? Give me a reaction or hand up if they were to go on a listing presentation tomorrow. How many people are a little trepidatious about that if they got a call, right? So I see, thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Martinique, right? The idea is to get you ready, right? Is to get you ready. So when you get that call and they say, actually, we're thinking about selling our home in Danville. Can you come out and give us a home valuation too? And we're looking to buy a home in Berkeley. There's going to be an oh shit moment, but oh shit, I think I've prepared enough to be able to go and kill this presentation. So let's go around the room. I want to hear a couple rebuttals to this question. I'm going to start out with you, Ronnie. So you're working with a seller. They ask you a quick question, and the question is, why us? Meaning, why Team Fast? That's just one question. We won't go too far into the weeds. Let's just start the gears running, get the voice working this morning. Why us?
So I'm going to tell them, like, I think you're in great hands, because one thing I would tell them, like, we've worked with over 200 buyers and sellers last year. So Team Fast have sold over $100 million as well. So we're part of a huge network, and we leverage that with different agents, not just in our brokerage, but other brokerages. So I'm going to tell them, like, we're going to sell your property as fast as we can at the highest possible price.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Jay, same question for you, Jay Singh. Why us?
Right now, in the market that you're in, you need someone who can negotiate for you. And considering what we've been able to do in such a short period of time, selling over 200 homes, bringing buyers into the properties that they want to be in, which is not the reality for a lot of people right now. You want a team that can get things done. That is exactly what's been happening with us. We have the market data to support it, and we're happy to answer any questions that will make us work together.
Awesome. Good stuff. Jen, how about for you? So why us? All right, we'll come back to Jen. I'm going to go over to Cynthia. Cynthia, why us?
Oh man, those were really good reactions that they had. Yeah, because we've got an amazing team. We've got folks that are willing to collaborate with each other. And instead of just getting one agent with me, you're going to get 120 agents that know their stuff.
Perfect. I love it. So let's go over to Christina Pineda. Christina, oh, she's hopping back on. I think she's getting on from her computer. Let me give her a second. So Joaquin, the agent from, let's say the agent from Redfin, say that they would list our home at 3.5%. Will you?
Well, the truth is you could actually probably list the home yourself. You could probably go on Craigslist. But here's the thing. Do you have the time to negotiate and take all these phone calls? Do you have the time to entertain just nosy neighbors? Do you have the time to put your pictures and video on the internet? Do you have the time to do that? I spoke with you earlier. You told me that your home is worth over what? How much did you say?
1 million. That's what the Zestimate is telling us.
Someone who has a home that's worth over $1 million is not playing checkers. They're playing chess. Your time is very valuable. The reason why you want to hire us is because you want to be able to leverage our team and our strategies to get you home sold the fastest and for the most amount of money.
So can you do it for 3.5 or 4%?
I would have to look at your home. I haven't seen your home. So in order for me to see exactly how much we can effectively sell your home in this market, I would have to see it. Then we can have that conversation.
All right, good stuff. So Jen, how about for you? We met with a Redfin agent and they said that they could do it for 3.5. Can you?
Well, that's a great question. What do their marketing consist of, Elias?
They said they're going to do some photos and some drone. They're going to give us a personal website and they're going to put it on that MLS thing. So yeah, those were the main things that they said.
Okay, well, wow, that's very enticing. That's a lot of services that they provide. Well, to tell you the truth, Elias, anyone can market a home, especially your beautiful home. Anyone can put your house on the MLS and it's going to sell, to be transparent. But in this crazy market, you are not just wanting to hire a passive agent. You want to hire an agent that has a PhD in hire an agent that has a PhD and a master's in negotiations. Here at Team Fast, we're proactive, hungry, determined, and we've sold over 500 homes in neighborhoods. So that shows that we have a master's in negotiations. We're not just going to put your house on the market and do passive things like just sit here and wait for the phone to ring and just send postcards out. We are going to take proactive actions to make sure that your house gets sold in the quickest amount of time for the highest amount so that you and your family can net the most amount of money. So we will go above and beyond and provide a white glove service for you and your family. We're going to door knock. We're not just going, we're going to door knock. We're going to reach out to the top agents in the industry and make sure we get as much eyes on your property. We're going to create this buzz so that every person in your neighborhood, not just people on the MLS, are also seeing your property.
Love it. Proactive, hungry, and determined. PhD. We heard another agent say, poor, hungry, and determined. We don't necessarily want to go to a $1.5 million listing appointment and let them know that we're poor, even if we are struggling, right? We don't want to go in there and say poor, hungry, and determined, but I do like a proactive, hungry, and determined. So really good stuff. So Nicole, we met with Johnny, the local neighborhood real estate guy, Nicole Capel, real estate guy, and he came to our house and, before anything, he just said that he could take this listing at a 4%. Can you?
Well, let me ask you, someone that's so easy to discount their rate, are they going to negotiate the hardest for you and work the hardest? If you allow me to come into your home and talk to you through our marketing plan, I can show you what our team does, you will definitely want to pay us the 6%.
Ooh, okay. I love that. And said that with confidence. Good stuff, you guys. Because Mr. Seller, let me ask you a quick question. Just, Jack, play along with me on this. Mr. Seller, so Johnny, the neighborhood real estate agent, said that he could sell your home for 4%. So Jack, what did you have to do in order to get him to go to that 4%?
I'm sorry. So what I have to, I'm the seller, what I had to do to get him to 4%?
Did you have to do anything to get him to go down to 4% on his commission?
I'd just be, or I mean, if I was the seller, I'd be like, look, I can see like the houses are like selling off the market. If you just really want to sell my house, like I'm not going to give, or I want more for my money. So like, just take it. Yeah.
I hear you, Mr. Seller. So let me ask you a question, Jack. It's probably in your best interest to truly protect the biggest asset that you have in your life and your family's life. Is that a fair statement?
No, yeah. I mean, I just want I want the best for my family.
And so let me ask you a question, Jack. If the listing agent, Johnny from down the street, said that he could list your home at 4% without you having to ask for him to go to 4%, if he's willing to give up his money that quick, what's that say for his negotiation skills when it comes down to your biggest asset and negotiating hard on your behalf to get you those extra dollars, to get you to the $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 more because he's a strong negotiator? What do you believe that says about his negotiation skills?
I think you might be right. Honestly, I think if my house is worth $1 million and he was like, okay, well we'll get it at 950, I don't really like that because I think my house is worth $1 million.
Totally. Because at the end of the day, do you look at your house as a discount home in the neighborhood?
No, I don't think so at all.
And I don't see it that way. And so my question to you is, why would you hire somebody that's going to look at it as a discount?
It's true. I feel like they just would probably want the sale then instead of actually caring about us and what we could get our house for.
Totally. Because like Jen was saying earlier, to go off script a little bit, anybody can list a home right now. Anyone could take photos, do marketing, and do drone photography and put up a website. Anybody can do that, right? But not everybody can go in hard with the negotiation skills. Not everyone has access to top agent network. Not everyone's going to knock on the neighbor's doors and letting them know, hey, this is a great opportunity for you to pick somebody to live in this neighborhood. If you have anyone that is thinking about living here and would love to live in this community, we'd love them to come to our open house, which we're going to be having, 3 days a week from this time to this time. Let us know if you would love to see somebody that live in this community, right? So yeah, that's a great plan, but anybody can put a home on the MLS and cross their fingers, right? And let's take it from a Redfin standpoint. So let's go over to Kevin. Kevin, so it's kind of like, let's continue on this same conversation. A Redfin agent said they could come out and list our home for 3.5%. Can you do that?
Yeah, so I haven't seen the property yet. I'd really enjoy to come out, bring my team out and my partners that have been in the area and we know the area to really see how to position your property to get the most for your family. What other networks like Redfin might not have is they don't have the access to the buyers that are buying in this community like my team has. We have over 40,000 eyeballs of millennials that are focused on buying in our neighborhood today. And so that's really a unique proposition that I'd love to talk to you more about in person as we view your property.
Okay, cool. So let's talk a little bit. I love this, Kevin. Let's talk a little bit about skin in the game. Are Redfin agents paid a salary? They're paid a salary, right? So with that in mind, let's kind of continue on this conversation. So Cynthia, you know that a Redfin agent is going to get paid a salary no matter what, right? And so they said that they'll take our listing for 3.5%. How do we destroy a Redfin agent?
I mean, just look at the stats and see what they've been able to negotiate versus what we are able to negotiate as a team. If you pull up the MLS stats for a Redfin agent, they might have been able to negotiate this much, whereas our vast network, we're able to negotiate way, way, way more to get you that top dollar.
And why is that?
Well, they are, you know, when we go into places like a Shane Co. or something like this, they are working solely based on a salary. They don't care if it's a $3 million home, a $1,000 home. They're going to treat it just the same. I'm going to make sure that I treat you with the utmost respect and make sure that I do my absolute best job to make sure that you get top dollar. So when someone's working on a salary, they're just baseline, right? I want to do the best for you because that way we all accomplish more.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, Cynthia, do you get paid if the house doesn't sell?
I sure don't. I sure don't.
Who fronts the bill for all of the marketing costs?
That's on us. Absolutely. Yeah. And, you know, for every $1 million of home, we are expecting to spend about $10,000. And if the home doesn't sell, if I don't do my best job for you, that's on me. You don't have to pay a dime.
Totally. Let's continue this conversation because Jen, I know that you've been practicing on this. So it's a Redfin agent, right? It's a Redfin agent. You know that they get paid a salary, and we're up against that right now because I think you had some really good stuff that you were talking to me about this morning. Remember skin in the game. That's how I feed my family. I want to become the area realtor. So to help
Well,
you.
that time has passed already. You can't call it. I'm just kidding. What was I talking about? I was just like laughing out the mouth. I wasn't. Okay. And I didn't write it down. So what was the question again? Sorry.
So you're up against a Redfin agent. You know that they make a salary because, and your thoughts were around that was.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, so great question, Elias. Elias, did you know that Redfin agents are salaried employees? I mean, basically what piggyback what Cynthia said.
I didn't know that.
Okay, so as a salaried employee, they get paid no matter what they sell your house at, whether they sell it at $900,000 or $1 million. Well, we're not salaried employees, we're commission based. So my goal is not just to only sell your house for top dollars. My goal is to get your neighbor's house sold, your referrals from your family and friends. So providing great customer service, we really value that. So us doing a great job at getting your house sold for the most amount of money is going to benefit everyone all around. So I'm not just going to accept the first offer that comes on the table. I am going to make sure we get enough eyes on your property, get multiple offers in, and be able to negotiate more money and squeeze out that extra $20,000, $50,000 from the buyers.
I love that. I love that. At the end of the day, and both of you, Cynthia and Jen, at the end of the day, is this how we provide for our children or for our family, right? This is our livelihood, right? So knowing that, I already have more skin in the game because if your home doesn't sell, I am out that money. And this is the way that I provide for my children and provide for my family. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do everything under the sun that I need to do because I'm not resting on a guaranteed salary, right? Every effort that I put in is going to be reflected on the sale of your home. So I'm going to go in hard and I'm going to do everything that I possibly can do. So there's the difference between working with a Redfin agent that is on a salary versus somebody that is full service. So let's go over to you, Jason Ellis. So Jason.
Yeah. So sellers appreciate transparency too. So we always say that, like, look, we're not just here to service you. Our goal is to be the market expert. Our goal is to be that person that's going to help your cousin, family, friend, uncle, and stuff. So, and they appreciate that too.
That's right. So Jason, there's a lady in my neighborhood with 20 plus years of experience, and everyone seems to just use her. Why shouldn't we just use her? She's been at Coldwell Banker. Actually, I was just looking at her stat, 22 years.
That's a really great question. I'm sure she has forged some great relationships with people in the neighborhood. But real estate has scaled up over the last few years. And basically, what once was basically a neighborhood thing where you could capture a buyer or something like that, just trying to move from a couple streets away and trying to upgrade a home, it's changed now. And you want to be able to work with an agent that has a huge network like we have. We have over 120 agents on our team. We have one of the biggest teams in the East Bay. And because of that, our team size has a huge network of buyers. So when it comes down to that, we are going to have a huge stage for your home, and it's going to bring in a bigger audience, which at the end of the day is going to result in a higher sales price than I think in just a location-centric, neighborhood-friendly agent is going to bring you for your home.
Wow, fire, man. Really, really good stuff. I love that. Same question for you, Raymond. There's a lady over here. Her name is Claire Carlson. She's been here for 22 years in the neighborhood, and everyone seems to use her. So why shouldn't we go with her versus going with you? Because you seem like you're younger and newer.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. That's a great question. And Claire Carlson's amazing, right? She's great. I've heard a lot about her. The main reason being is because, real estate has changed a little bit, right? In the past, it was really easy to be a local expert, and it was really easy to know your neighborhood and, get the sales from the neighbors. Now with the introduction of the internet and the introduction of all the tools that are out there, we actually are able to pull buyers from not just local areas, but from even out of state, all over the place. On top of that, you're going to be working with the #1 team in the Bay Area. So again, we do have a huge network of buyers within us, just ourselves. But I know that you did mention that I am a little bit younger than Claire. She's been doing it for almost as long as I've been alive. But the thing is, the reason why I think that you'd get a little bit more value of working with somebody like me is because I'm going to be a little bit more hungry. I'm going to be a little bit more driven. I'm going to be a little bit more determined to make sure that you get top dollar for your home. Because again, our interests are aligned when we're working together. The more money you make on the sale of your home, the more money that I'm able to take home as well. So, again, I think that that's going to be the main reason being. Again, Claire's great. I think she does an amazing job, but I think that myself and my team can do one better.
Wow. Really, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. I love that. Because at the end of the day, sometimes what you have, and I think what Jason and Raymond said, is you hit it right on. Sometimes some of these seasoned agents, they're resting on their laurels, right? Well, I should get that because I've been in the game for 22 years, but are they staying as fresh? Are they using tech? Are they using video? Are they doing everything that they would have done their first 5 years in the business? Or are they cutting corners, or in a sense, resting on their laurels because they have that much experience? So Jason, Raymond, I think you hit it right on. Jen, I think you hit it right on. So let's go over to Kelly Gorman. Same question for you. There's a lady up in Orinda. She owns this neighborhood. She says on all of her signs, she is the specialist of Orinda. Should we just go with her, or why should we go with you versus not going with her? Kelly, that was for you.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking. I'm trying to just taking a moment. You could go with her, but I think that I can do a better job. I can make you more money. At this point in my career, I'm trying to build my business. So every transaction really matters a lot more to me than someone who has 10, 15, 20 transactions going at one time. I have a huge team that I work with, and 120 agents to collaborate with and bring in buyers. And I will negotiate the hell out of this deal for you.
Awesome. I love it. And Kelly, I love that you were on the spot, because I promise you, when you get asked that question by a seller, like, oh, okay, we've been through this before, right? So good stuff. And I'm glad that you took a moment to think and process, because this is important that we're all running through this. So I'm going to turn it over to Christina D. So Christina D, unlicensed, so we won't be too hard on you in this environment, but
Hey, Elias,
yo,
can I jump in on that real quick?
yeah, please, brother.
Dude, I think who went last? Who
Kelly
was that?
Gorman.
Kelly. I think Kelly touched on a huge thing that we should always be well aware of and present. There's a lot of agents out there, like they're the name brand, they're the Nike of the neighborhood. But with like 10 active listings, 15 active listings going at the same time, do you necessarily think you're going to get the service that you're going to get from the Nike brand versus me, where I only have a couple listings going right now and I can give you full attention, the attention you and your home deserves? I think that's huge.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Kelly, absolutely, Jason, because at the end of the day, like, do you want to talk with me, or do you want to talk to my assistant and try to, get through to them? So yeah, man, you make a big point there. So good stuff. So Christina, we're thinking about moving to selling our home in Brentwood. So can you give us an idea of where you believe the buyers are going to be coming from, and how are you going to market our home? Where are the buyers coming from to move to Brentwood? Or are they coming from this neighborhood?
Great question. That's a great question. They're actually coming from all over the place right now. I mean, as you know, with this pandemic, a lot of people are working remotely. So
What?
Hold on, Dina. There we go. Go ahead, Christina.
No. And what I was saying, that's a great question, Elias, because people are coming from all over the place. Like this area that you live in, it's beautiful, it's newer, there's a lot more space. And, due to the pandemic, a lot of people are working remotely now, not just in the Bay Area, but everywhere. And because this area is beautiful and a lot more affordable than, let's say, the city of San Francisco, you're going to see people coming from everywhere. And what they're looking for is more space. They're looking for offices. They're looking for areas for their kids to play, for their dogs to run. So, I mean, you can just basically expect them to potentially come from anywhere. Also, with the exposure that I have with my team, not only am I backed by 120 agents, but we have offices all over the country. So your house is going to receive the maximum exposure.
Wow, wonderful. Well said. Well said. I love that. Ronnie.
One thing too, though, what Kelly said was on point. Like I wrote that down. She said, I mean, at this point, each and every transaction means a lot more to me because I'm building my business. Like that was money. That was just, it was transparent and it was money.
Totally. Absolutely. And nothing I've heard, any responses from anybody that has spoke up, none of it sounds canned or contrived, right? It sounds natural. Like, this is my business. I'm building. I have children. I have this. Like, it just sounds super, super natural. So good stuff. So Ronnie, I'm going to go over to you. Ronnie, we have a home in Danville. I see that you don't have any sales in the city. I Googled you and I looked on Zillow. So can you explain that and how you are going to be the best person for us to choose, seeing as you don't have any Danville experience?
That's a great question, Elias. So I might not have the full experience working on that neighborhood, but at the same time, I work with a huge team, and we work all over the Bay Area. We're the #1 Zillow team in the whole East Bay region, Zillow reviewed team in the East Bay region. And I'm going to leverage everything that I can with the resources that I have in my office, and my team. I'm going to partner with someone that pretty much works on that team. I'm just going to say Kevin. Kevin works in Danville, so I'm going to use Dublin. I'm going to use Kevin as part of my team, so to make sure that we can cover as much as we can, and we can market your property so we can sell it as fast as you can, get the best possible price.
Love it. Ronnie, what is your company's stats right now?
At the moment, in what way? How many homes are sold?
Homes have you guys sold this year? And what's your volume for the year? We want to know, because the last person said that they've done like $150 million. And so I was just curious, do you know your company stats?
As of this year, we're on track to sell over 100 million homes just recently, and over 200.
On track to do what?
Over 100 million homes, and on track with a sale of over $200 million. Is that the right numbers?
100 million homes and
500.
Okay, so no, this is good stuff. Stay there, and I like this. Jason, can you share with me a little bit about your guys' company stats this year? I want to know what you guys have done.
I would have prepared. Yeah, I would have prepared for this meeting a little bit more. I'm sitting in a parking lot right now drinking coffee. I don't have that number in front of me, sir.
No worries, bro. And this, I'm putting people on the spot. This is totally good because you'll leave here with a little bit more information than you walked into this room. Kevin Magna, can you tell us what your guys' company stats are this year?
I believe we're close to over $250 million of total transaction volume, and we're on track to do over $500 million this year. That is our goal. We're scaling towards 600 million by the end of the year, and our goal is to be over $1 billion by the end of 2022.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well said. So just so you guys know, right now, what we have pending in escrow right now is 78 million. We have 109 transactions that are pending right now. We've closed 246 transactions in the Bay Area at $178 million in production. Our running total as a company right now, when we're just in May, is $316 million in production and 411 transactions. Based on that experience, do you believe that we have the knowledge and know-how to sell your home in this competitive market? Awesome. Awesome. So let's go over to, let me see somebody I haven't called on quite yet. We see some guests on the line today. I love this. Let's go over to Damian. Damian, my man.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, hey, I see that you don't have any sales in this, let's say this part of Dublin. You know, why should we go with you versus not having a Dublin area specialist?
There are a few reasons why you should go with me. One of the main reasons is because I'm a part of a huge team of over 100 agents in this area, a lot of them who are area specialists in the Dublin area, and we can definitely get the job done. But on top of that, the people that you think might be the area specialist for, you know, a long amount of time, they're using a template that may not be applicable to the current market. And so the team that I'm on, we stay current, we stay with the most recent technology, and we just make sure that we go all out to do the best for our clients and maximize the potential.
Beautiful. And I think Jason said this earlier, because the demographic of a buyer has changed. Before, well, we're going to move two streets over and we're going to stay within this community. That's not the case, right? We're seeing urbanism come into suburbanism, right? We're seeing these people move from the city into all these outlying areas. And you guys have seen it. You have seen markets blow up. And particularly in Jason's case, he's buying a house in Concord. I promise you, 3 years ago, Concord wasn't as competitive as it is right now. Why? Because of the wave of people where they're coming from. So us understanding that this isn't a niche market no longer. This is a Bay Area market. This is counties, 5 counties over is where a client might potentially be coming from. So it's great to have an area specialist, but I think first and foremost, it's important to know where the buyers are coming from and why are they coming to Dublin, Brentwood, Antioch, all these outlining areas. So Damian, really, really good stuff. Jason, really, really good point. Who else wants to talk on that for 1 minute? Anybody else want to dive in on that objection? It's a hard one, I know. All right, so let's shift gears. Let's go a different level on this. So let's call on, let me see. Amy Imhoff, are you available? Okay, Rosa, are you available? Okay, some people are driving, some people-
I am, sorry, I'm driving. I am available.
No worries, Rosa. So briefly, we just got off the phone with another listing or another agent in the area. Can you tell us briefly what your marketing plan is?
Oh, that's a tough one. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, just like everyone else, I'm going to do the same, right? Because your home needs to be marketed. It has to have those beautiful photos for everybody to see. It has to be on the MLS, right? Your basic stuff needs to be there. But I'm also going to market it within my own team. And we have about 120 agents, and they themselves help each other and help me market your home as well. So your home is going to be reaching a whole lot more people than just putting it in the MLS, on Redfin, on Zillow. So there'll be definitely more eyes on your home, and that way we can get more money for your home as well.
Beautiful.
Sorry, kind of weak.
No, hey, listen, it's never weak. This is an opportunity for us to all grow and get even better. But Rosa, really great job, right? And you're driving. So imagine if you're sitting at a computer, you had some cliff notes and you're able to answer this question. So really good stuff. Let's go around the room. I want to make sure I have someone. So Martinique, I know you have the children running around. Do you have a second to talk?
Yeah.
Okay. So Martinique, we just got off the phone with Larry Lackluster, and he said that he can sell our home. What's your marketing plan?
So we have the photographer coming out to get some great shots of your home, your beautiful home. We'll have the drone come through with the aerial shots. We will promote your business throughout the nation. I have over 120 agents that I work with on my team. I also have a very vast personal network that I can get your property viewed at, and we will get you all over the nation and get you sold fast and at a great rate, great price.
Okay, awesome. Good stuff. I'm hearing some great stuff. Miss Pamela Spivey, what is your guys' marketing plan? Because Larry Lackluster just called us and he had a plan. Can you tell us what yours is? I love you, baby. Drive safe. Pamela, you there? All right, we're gonna move on. Let's go over to Armando. Armando, seeing as you just had a listing, you just went live, you just had a few offers on your listing. We just got off the phone with Larry. What's your guys' marketing plan?
Yeah, so as soon as we decide that we're both a good fit for each other to work together within 48 to 72 hours, I'm going to go ahead and send my professional photographer out there to take some beautiful photos. We're also going to do a 3D Matterport tour of the home. Just because of COVID and everything, some people are more comfortable viewing the homes virtually. And also what I'm going to be doing besides doing, the basic marketing stuff and putting it on the MLS, what I'm going to do is actually call people within the neighborhood to see if they know of anyone, maybe family or friends that might actually be looking to move into your home, because this is pretty much the one opportunity that they have to pick who their neighbor is going to be. And then from there, we'll put the home on the market for about 7 to 8 days. And then after that, that's when we're going to be reviewing offers. Awesome. Love it. Really, really good stuff. Melissa, right now, what is your marketing plan? If you could tell us what your marketing plan is really quick over the phone, what would it be? Melissa.
Yeah. Hi. Thanks, Liz. Thanks for asking. So yeah, well, we do all the, the regular things that the top agents in the Bay Area do. We'll do professional photographs, of course. We also do full concierge kind of realtor refresh, I call it, and staging for our clients. After the photos and the professional video, we syndicate to over 150 websites. And then we also really take a local approach as well. So we're marketing internationally, but then we have an open house plan where we invite your neighbors, we door knock, we call, make sure that everybody in the neighborhood knows that you are looking for a buyer. We also are, since we're the top 1% of the Bay Area realtors, we're part of this network called Top Agent Network, and we sell 30% of our properties off market. So as soon as we get the listing agreement signed, we're going to be marketing your property to all buyers all over the place off market.
Beautiful. Love it, Melissa. Love it. You guys, I want to share with you something right now. If you guys don't have this built, highly encourage you. If you don't have High Note yet, each of our fast agents have access to High Note. You guys all have an account with High Note. So what we do is we prepare this High Note presentation just to give you a quick sense of how it looks. So this would be an example of a house that we sold. These are the floor plans, the photos, the amenities, the overview. These are all the professional photos that were taken by Christian Klugman. We plug this into the High Note. So that's for marketing your home. We include the listing presentation in here so they can get a sense of who we are as a company, all of our, you know, team, who we are, a little bit about Kenny, the leadership team, so on and so forth. Exactly, son. You have sample brochures. So we just include some of our brochures that we use, a preview of some of our past listings. That way they can see the style, the flow, you know, the standard that we set for all of our listings. We go through here, we go through our comparative market analysis, our CMA report. And this right here, you guys, this is a game changer. If you don't have a seller net sheet and you've never put one together, I'll help you with this. The seller net sheet's going to put in all of your marketing fees, county transfer tax, city transfer tax, staging, deep cleaning. You include their mortgage balance, and then it gives them what their net is going to be once they sell the home, if we sell it at 1.35 or 1.2325, so on and so forth. Then we do our marketing timeline. Before we go into the presentation, you guys, this is all set. So it helps you to understand that when you're talking to a client, before we meet Mr. Johnson, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out everything from start to finish. I'm going to show you what our marketing plan is and how we prep a home to put it on market within 14 days. I'm going to lay that out for you step by step. And I'm also going to go in full detail on how we market the home. We have over 40,000 followers on Instagram and on social media that we're going to blast out. We're going to use our top agent network. We're going to blast out to 5,000 different realtors within the area. We're going to syndicate to every single major real estate website that is out there. Give you some examples of Box Brownie if we're going to virtually stage. I'm going to share with you, you know, all of the past listings that we've had. And then we do an offer review. We'll set that so we can outline all of the offers that we received on the property. You guys, these are things that we're talking about ahead of time so they know that we know our shit. They know that we're going to have a full marketing plan set up for them. So if you don't have a high note right now, I'll tell you what, I know Jason's used it. I'm sure Armando used it. A couple of you guys have used the high note presentation. It is an absolute game changer. So really good. So you guys, I am hearing so much great stuff from you guys. And so let's do this. We have a little bit of time left. It is 9:18. I know that we have some guests on the line today. So I wanted to ask Miguel Navarro. Miguel, I think we met on a Zoom last year, I think, me, you, and Kenny. You're in the Fresno market, right? You're muted, bro.
Yeah, I'm in South Florida.
Oh, South Florida. Oh, okay. You're new to EXP. I think I saw you on Kenny's story, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool, my man. Cool. We'll get to have you here. Let me ask you, you're new to this environment. Thank you for being here as a guest. What were some of your takeaways from this session?
Definitely. That's something that I take a lot from this because I'm usually a shy guy. So I think you just gotta be prepared in your mind. Once you're prepared, I think your confidence will elevate and it should be easier. So definitely be prepared.
Totally, my man. Totally. And if we look around the room at someone like Kyle, who has really practiced behind the scenes, anybody that has been coming to coaching for the last, you know, let's say few months, I've seen growth in every single person that has stepped in this arena because they're pushed, right? And so I love that. And thank you for being here. Jan, let's hear from you, brother. Jan, what were some of your takeaways from today's sesh?
Honestly, it's just being confident and not so much trying to sell yourself with the listing or buyer presentation. Just really bring that value of what I'll do personally in order to service a client.
Good stuff. Michael White, you're also a guest on the line today. Michael White.
Right. I don't know why she just, that's idiotic, but anyway.
Pamela, you're not muted.
Oh, sorry, you guys.
Michael White, let's go over to you, my man. What were some of your takeaways from today's session?
Hey, I'm sorry, guys. I'm actually on the move right now. I just had a few takeaways on, the team and how it's structured. I'm sorry, I'm actually kind of running right now.
We'll come back to you, or we can talk another time, my man. But we'll just appreciate you being here. Let's go.
No problem.
Delia Montez, you were kind of later to the meeting, but any takeaways from you on your side? Hence why we have people turn their cameras on. So Jason, you're, you've been with the team for a while, diving into coaching, bro. I appreciate you being here. What were some of your takeaways from today's session?
My biggest takeaway, and I think we all know it. Preparation, man. Preparation is key. You caught me like not knowing our stats right now because I'm just like chilling in the car, but probably something I should know. I mean, that's probably something that you should know on an elevator pitch or anything like that. So keeping that top of mind. So preparation is key for everything you do in this world. So why wouldn't you want to be prepared for these questions or how you're going to sell someone's home?
For sure, for sure. I would put them in my notes section and be like, it's actually a really good question. I'm driving right now, but let me answer that question. And for you to be able to spit that up, like, okay, all right, Jason, I see you. You got the stats ready. So Jen, you wanted to chime in. Jen, what were some of your takeaways?
Okay, I'm driving right now, but I think, I'm shy too. So whoever said they were shy, and it doesn't matter if you're shy, you just have to be confident. And in order to be confident is to practice. Like you have to forever master and practice your craft because, every listing appointment is different. And what I like to do is I like to take mental notes of every objection that every seller asked me and just kind of like jot it down and kind of like go home that night. I'm like, oh shit, no one has ever asked me that question before. Okay, cool. And in order to master your craft, you have to get in front of as many people as you can. I still get uncomfortable, as you guys can see, when I'm not a public speaker. I'm not Elias. I'm in a background, but it's just about being confident and kind of just trying to get as in front as many people as you can so that you can deal with many objections because, practice makes perfection. Or yeah.
Beautiful. Love it. How about for you, Cynthia? Cynthia, what were some of your takeaways from today's sesh?
Sheesh, this was a good one. I loved our interests are aligned when speaking to a seller and taking that objection. And then like Jason was saying about the company stats, I would have done the same thing. I'm like, shit, I don't know our stats. So I'm going to plug into my calendar on Tuesdays after the meeting. I'm going to plug those notes in. That way I can just zip and go through it. Because damn, we're amazing, you guys. We have 10.85 million pending last week. Like, who are we? Damn, that's amazing.
And you know what? That's a slow week for us. That's a slow week for us. It's crazy, right? And so that's why I put the stats out every single week. It's not only to keep you guys up to speed on how we're doing as a company and how we're getting closer and closer to our vision, but it's for the consumers to see what, wow, like they aren't just hype. They aren't just motivation. They're backing that shit up with production. So good stuff, Cynthia. Let's go over to Nicole Capel. Nicole Capel, what were some of your takeaways from today's session?
I really loved how everyone was building off of each other. There was no wrong answer. It was so collaborative and accepting, and it just feels like you can really put yourself out there and not be judged. And we're all growing and learning together, and it feels good.
Totally, because I'd rather you guys fumble over your words here. I would rather you guys do that because, just so you guys know, if you don't know this already, this is a judgment-free, safe zone. Right? This is where we come together and be like, all right, hey, run that a little bit different. Cut at the 5-yard line, the ball will be there. Let's run it again, right? That's just what we're doing. We're practicing together. So when we're out on the field, we're even better for our clients on game day. So good stuff, Nicole, and I'm glad that you feel that. Raymond Rosales, what were some of your takeaways from today's sesh?
I mean, I just saw there's like so much to take in. Like every time I come on these calls, it's always like, you know what I mean? I always try to get like one good nugget or one piece that I could really use. And I think like how you said, like that Jason said it earlier, like that's one thing that I love about sales, but especially like just having this team that's so collaborative. It reminds me of like basketball, right? Like you don't have to be Kobe Bryant, but you can be Kevin Durant, right? Like they play differently, right? And you can still be like a star and you can just kind of pick and choose and kind of create your own game and kind of turn it into your own style. And I know like I felt like when I went, like I was fumbling a little bit. So I just relied back on like what I heard Jason just say right before me. And I was like, all right, that works. Like that's fire. It was fire. It works for him. Let me throw a little bit of that in there. And so, that's what I always love about it. Is always like picking like little things that I like, little nuggets. So, and just trying to make it mine and like give my little spin to it.
Dude, and I see, man, from first time you came to coach until now, like, yeah, you might be a little bit nervous, but man, you sound so fluid with what you're saying, and it sounds so smooth, and it's all coming together, man. So keep practicing, keep grinding, keep at it, man, because it's just going to help us all get better and get, have more opportunities to close more business. Let's go over to Jeff Phillips. Jeff Phillips, what were some of your takeaways from today's session?
My God, this one was fire. This was amazing. Just wait, the baby might come. Yeah, I didn't go. Okay. No, but I took away this whole session. I'm so okay. I think that this session was great. I can't wait to rewatch the recording and keep going over it. Like this is the film that you rewatch to hone in on your skills, because when you get out there, you're going to be so much more confident, and this is exactly what we needed. Sorry I wasn't able to say my full thing, but this baby
It's okay,
got
brother. I know what dad life is like for you, my man. So let's go over to Gurpreet, the Preeti agent. What were some of your takeaways from today's session?
So I will piggyback on what Jen said. I am very similar in the sense to where I'm a pretty shy person, and I hate when Elias calls on me on all these codes. But I will tell you that I have definitely seen improvement in my own self. I remember the first time Elias called on me, I was like shaking and I was like red. But as he calls on me and we do this practice, I have gotten better and better. So it's all about building confidence. This shit is nerve-wracking, right? And it's better to practice here with your team than having to practice on a seller. My biggest takeaway is building up that confidence and knowing my stuff before and not have to go and practice it on a seller.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a great point. Amy, I know that you're driving right now. Looks like you're just leaving the gym or exercising. What were your takeaways from today's session?
Yes, so basically this was really critical for me because I wouldn't know what to say to all those objections. So now I actually have material to come back with. Because otherwise I would say, okay, yeah, sure, go with the agent. Yeah, she's good. She's done it. So this was a good session. I'm definitely going to listen and watch this video over again.
Awesome. Martinique, you raised your hand. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
can you share your high note with us real quick? Or I mean, not real, but can you share it and then we copy yours?
Absolutely. What were your takeaways from today's session, Martinique?
Get stronger with sellers in general. Just I need to rewatch this and take some more little notes from it so I can have my own spiel.
Good stuff. Let's see. Let's go to one more person before we head out. Christina D, what was your takeaways from today's session?
Know my metrics. Be prepared. I only knew that we were on track to be on track for like selling 500 million, but I didn't know the rest. So I definitely need to be on track. But also everybody's like answers for the rebuttals, I typed everything out. Some of them were really, really good. I mean, a lot of them were really good, but it just helped me be a lot more prepared so I can just keep practicing this.
Awesome. You guys, I want you to, if you've never, I'm sure you guys have, ever watched the show Shark Tank, right? You'll have these people come in with these amazing products and maybe some theatrics of like, all right, cool. Now let's get down to brass tacks and let's talk about your numbers. What are your margins, right? Okay. How did you derive to that valuation? What are this, that, and the other? And then sometimes when they get caught up, the judges or the sharks are like, well, wait a minute. How did you come to that valuation when you've only done $400,000 in sales in the last 2 years? How do you value your company at $4 million? Where did you get that number from, right? So think about that. Like when you're walking into a presentation with the seller, you need to know, well, what is my marketing plan? Okay, well, if I did an effective marketing plan, what can that result for you? What's my bottom line? To make sure that they understand that you know your numbers, you know their numbers of what they could potentially make, and that you are very clear on what your marketing plan is and how you're going to advertise their home. If you can nail that, your chances of winning the listing are going to go up. But it's when you get tripped up. When a shark asks you, Christina, well, how did you come up with that number? And what are your margins? Well, I think my margins are, do you think, or do you know what your margins are? I kind of know what, so it's right there. You've lost their approval right there in an instant. So this is why we do this. So you guys are fully ready to walk into that tank, and you guys are ready to deliver with a great presentation. So who would like to take us off the field today? Please raise your hand or just speak up. All right, Cynthia, thank you for volunteering. I love it. Thank you. So Cynthia, go ahead. And by the way, let's all give Cynthia a giant round of applause. She was promoted to a squad leader yesterday. If you guys were.
Yeah.
Is there anybody on here that's on your squad? Is there anyone that's on here that's on your squad?
Let's see. Joaquin was on earlier.
Still here.
Hey, yeah,
Rebecca.
yeah.
Rebecca's here.
And Rebecca's here. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it, you guys. Well, I mean, I'm like over the moon excited, and I love taking us off the field on Fridays because I miss you guys over the weekend. And I know that you guys are going to go out and absolutely destroy it this weekend and go crush it. And, you know, when you've got those little bit of slumps that you start getting into, remember that this team has got your back. All these folks on this call right now, if you called any of them and just say, "Oof, I'm having a hard day," we are here to lift you up. And like Elias was saying, we're not just your cheerleaders. Like, here we are, like, giving these amazing tips and techniques and tools to help each other out. So make it a fucking amazing weekend.
With that being said, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I am 100% grateful for everything that you guys provide. This is about the collective wisdom, right? I always think of ourselves as leaders, as being moderators to get the train moving down the track. So thank you for all of your contributions. Thank you to our guests, and thank you for our first timers that are here at coaching. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. As Cynthia said, go out and crush your weekend.